Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Ashaba, a journalist by profession, working with Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, which many refer to as UBC TV in short. I'm also the CEO of Inspire Women Uganda, an organization that seeks to help women with entrepreneurial, leadership, and digital skills. I'm so glad to be presenting on this platform. Let me first comment about um, what is it called again? It teased me a lot, that's why it's even skipping my mind. Screencast-o-matic, yes. It was such a teaser for me. I don't know about you people there, but it was just such a teaser for me. Thanks to Irene Odera. Thank you, Irene. Thanks for the help. Sorry for over disturbing you, but thank you. Yes. Thank you to the founder of AWiM and your team for giving African women in media such a great platform to share, shine, and be encouraged. My presentation title, like you've already seen, is The Fourth Industry Revolution. And my research focus is on the outlook for online safety on female journalists. A nice topic, right? Let's move. Journalism as a field is one area that has evolved so greatly over the years, giving it so much importance that no country today can do without. This only proves the common cliche, which is the government's watchdog. And now with the combination of new technologies, which have also been termed as the fourth industrial revolution, is such a positive sign for the media industry. Media just got bigger and better, like we can all see. The challenge in this, however, is the pace at which African media is embracing these new technologies that come along with the fourth industrial revolution. But with the way it is exponentially growing, with various governments acknowledging its needs, media's response to the fourth industrial revolution and its advantages will soon be fully embraced in Africa. I believe so. Yes, like we all know, every good innovation comes with its pros and cons. As we welcome and embrace the fourth industrial revolution with its new technologies, looking at our work as female journalists, we face greater risks today than it was before. As a journalist with 6 years experience now in the field working with broadcast media, I can say we are enjoying using these online platforms or internet services, for it has made work easier. You'll agree with me on that. However, I personally post these stories or comments on different online platforms with some fear of what might come out of it, which should not be the case. I feel I'm supposed to post freely for as long as what I'm posting is true. But since our policies concerning cyberspace are not yet active enough to lean on in case of any bullying, I then find the most subtle way to post, thereby hiding the truth in the story, which in a way affects my work. We are supposed to report the truth, you know. But with this, I then ponder this question. How safe are we working with these online platforms? New technologies have come, and yes, we do clap our hands and thank God for them. Because honestly, they have brought some ease to our work as journalists. But then, as the ladies in the media, we have struggled with being given equal opportunities in this profession, and now we also have to struggle. We also have to deal with fighting for our rights and security when it comes to using these online platforms that, by the way, we do love so much. Since online harassment and bullying for us as women in media, especially in Africa, has become a double burden that is affecting our potential to deliver good stories in various spaces, then we should talk about it and our safety. Cyberspace is without a doubt one of the most fascinating, vibrant, and rewarding spaces ever invented by human beings. Millions of people are able to create and share unlimited amount of information, ideas, and create bonds, make money without leaving their geographical boundaries. But herein lays the problem. This ungoverned space gives individuals the kind of power denied to them in the real world. Just think about it. The power to assume multiple identities and create different virtual lives can tempt the individual into a false sense of invincibility that can and has proven to be dangerous. Although people have some discretion over what they share about their lives, they do not have control over what others do. In brief, Online harassment refers to any unwanted verbal or non-verbal behavior that occurs online, creating a hostile, offensive environment and violating the dignity of a person. You know these days like using emojis, so it can be as bad as using a weird emoji as well because it carries a meaning. We have been seeing these and experiencing such harassments offline and perhaps report to police. But with online, it is easier for people to commit violence without consequences. However, according to experts, this definition is justified only if the event causes the victim distress, if the event is over-repeated, meaning if they offend you once, you ignore. Imagine. Funny, right? Then also if the perpetrator's motives matter. That is, if the person offending you is doing it for a valid reason. Maybe if you as a journalist has blundered in the story. All in all, as female journalists, we condemn online harassments or cyberbullying. I know there are some journalists who have not yet experienced such, but you could be having friends who have gone through this kind of awful behavior. Just let me point out some forms of online harassment. One is impersonation, where the perpetrator impersonates someone. Then we have doxing, where one's personal information, such as an address or phone number, is posted online. Exclusion is another, where the perpetrator purposely excludes one from an online group or private forum. We have threat, where the perpetrator explicitly or implicitly threatens someone, which is a bit common in Uganda, where they threaten you in exchange for a large sum of money. We also have the technical attack, where the perpetrator interrupts one's ability to access or manage their online presence, like hacking an email account or preventing their website from being accessed. Well, there are quite a number. There's also what they call trolling, where a perpetrator seeks to annoy someone by posting inflammatory messages. Flaming is yet another form where the person verbally attacks the other, which is also a common one just to mention. As journalists, this is usually done in response to our reporting. Imagine. By nature, online harassment is so upsetting and has caused a lot of anxiety, depression, and distress among many female journalists, of whom some have chosen to be silent about it because seeking help is still in vain here in Africa, and some don't even know what to do about it. Despite this, some journalists have in a way coped with online harassment through turning off their Twitter notifications, deleting unread messages of online harassers, disguising their identity when publishing, reducing on the amount of media content they create, and worse for them, leaving journalism. This then makes me wonder if we have press freedom as well. Let's spare that for next time. As online harassment for female journalists is increasingly becoming a threat, how should the outlook for online safety be? We ask ourselves. We have been told to report, mute, and block these perpetrators. But trust me, it is not enough. Online safety by definition is the protection of someone's identity online. It includes training women and girls to protect themselves as they are the most vulnerable group online. Online harassment being a relatively new phenomenon, legal remedies are still in development across the world. However, there are some solutions to this irritating behavior. With the push for journalists to have social media and to be incredibly online, it is easy for people to quickly access large amounts of information about us. Therefore, we have to draw a line between the public and private. We have to draw lines between the public and private by drawing serious boundaries on our private information that we put out there and working with newsroom to defend the public information. We have a right to be on social media, remember. Let's not be discouraged. However, with all this around us, employers and newsroom should work together and do more to protect their employees from cyberbullying by willing to defend us and train our minds as well. Digital security training should be a recommendation for all media houses. On a serious note, we need this training. An example of existing tools such as Delete Me scrap the internet of personal information and make it harder for that information to be used against you. Therefore, workplaces should offer more tools to women and all employees to keep themselves and online information secure. In other words, they should come out and actively get involved in these cases. For some online platforms like Twitter, through the partner support portal, Twitter has a way of letting newsrooms file priority reports. In fact, Twitter advises freelancers and journalists who don't have a newsroom to report issues via the app and let the company know if they disagree with a decision. This is good, right? Are journalists aware of it? We need to find out. Instagram also recently came up with a restrict anti-bullying tool that is available to everyone because no one should push you off the online platform. This is also a good one, right? Are we aware of its existence? Another question to ponder. Creating a strong password or having different passwords for different accounts could be safe for you in terms of being hacked, because with this, the hackers find a hard time getting to your information. Digital surveillance technologies used by governments and criminals are a threat to press freedom and freedom of expression, especially with most African countries. But if platforms are secure to allow whistleblowers and journalists to communicate privately, anonymously, and safely, will be great. Also, always remember to log out of your accounts. Do not use public Wi-Fi to share your sensitive information, and also employ antivirus software to guard your information. But most conveniently, have a direct line of communication with digital security team for all social media platforms would be the ultimate solution for us, I believe. Hope they listen to this and work on it immediately. Public awareness needs to continue being done because some people don't see online harassment as a big deal. Yet people are hurting silently to the extent of some leaving this journalism profession. It is so bad and real, that at times it has shifted from online to offline. The impact to this has been self-censorship, that is, women censoring themselves online and withholding true information, thus giving these abusers power. We as female journalists who contribute a lot to this industry, just like our male counterparts, need to feel and be safe online so as to work even more effectively without fear, but rather give truthful information at ease with comfort and courage. My fellow journalists, let us work together in cooperation with employers, newsroom and online sites to break this silence and violence for our own safety. Because like I did mention, cyberspace or online platforms are for us, and we all, like others, deserve to enjoy and report stories that are informative, entertaining, relevant and educating. I believe we shall see a change from our policymakers, and our safety online as female journalists will be made priority. Let me once again appreciate African Women in Media, AWiM, for organizing this online event and giving us a platform to share knowledge and find solutions. Keep safe from COVID-19. Thank you.